Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the previous episode, we begun the 2022 NHL entry draft, and you know what? It went pretty well. I would say it was a damn decent draft. We can go ahead and talk about the guys that we did acquire. One of them being wherever the hell he is. I gotta find him. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, Ludwig Pearson. We traded Taylor Hall to the Ottawa Senators for a first-round pick and a few other assets. Not too much. You might be saying, well, Taylor Hall, you could have fetched more for Taylor Hall. I could have, but Ottawa was the right trade. We could have gone with the Buffalo or New York, try to pick up Georgiev or a Morgan Frost or something like that, you know. But Ludwig Pearson is going to be on our team sooner or later. I don't want him to be on our team this season. I think once Jumbo Joe Thornton is retired, he has one more season, and I think after that he's probably going to retire. He has one more chance. He wants to go for Stanley Cup #1 in his career, which he deserves. Ludwig Pearson on a roster doesn't really work anywhere. Next year, Dylan Dubé is probably going to get up into the top, or next season, Dylan Dubé is probably going to get up into the top 6. Ludwig Pearson is going to come into the NHL at over an 80 overall. Right now, I don't think he's ready for NHL competition. He can vibe in the AHL for a year, help Stockton out. He should be good. But we had a decent draft. Nothing groundbreaking other than Ludwig Pearson. A few prospects here or there. I'm hoping this season we can go for another Stanley Cup, right? That's why I didn't trade too many assets this past season. We only traded Taylor Hall, and we're still looking like a damn good team. We also drafted this Landon McCallum guy, who we will leave in the OHL there, or OHL? OHL there for a little bit, yeah. Wait, yeah, Sudbury. That's Sudbury, right? Yeah. But we have a few questions coming into the free agency period this year. Now, obviously, our top 6 is set. Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Brock Besser. That's the first line. Second line, Tristan O'Reilly, Jumbo Joe Thornton, and Matthew Tkachuk. Whoops, I have Tristan O'Reilly on the mind. Third line, kind of up in the air. Dylan Dubé will be down there, and JFK. Kind of looking for the third line, left winger or right winger. You can move JFK anywhere around. Wingers are really expendable. You can move them any which way you really feel like. I'm not a huge fan of XLB or Kasperitis in that spot yet. XLB might be ready. I mean, let me go find him, actually, see if he's grown at all. He might get an off-season growth, but I'm not too sure if he's ready for third-line time. XLB's right there at an 80 overall. He might be ready. He's a fourth liner. I don't want my third line being too weak, right? Our top 6 is great. I'm not sure what went wrong in the playoffs. Goaltending was a big issue. But we do have to talk about goaltending as well. So let's jump into the free agency. I've listened to your suggestions now. Let's first talk about goaltending. Obviously, a lot of you wanted me to go for Carter Hart. I wanted to go for Carter Hart. He is an RFA, which means there's no possible way I'm sending them 4 first-round picks. If you look right here, I will show you that it's 4 first-round picks for him. I'm not willing to give up 4 first-round picks for a goalie, which I'm not sure he'll even perform very, very well for us. You know, you look throughout his career so far, nothing super crazy from him. Goaltenders really aren't the end of the world in this franchise mode. If you have an 83, it's going to perform as well as an 87. Depends. Now, there are a few other awesome options out here. Tristan Jarry, Thatcher Demko, Philip Grubauer, Rittich, which I'm not going to bring back. Throw him into the sun. I don't care. Darcy Kemper. There's a lot of ideas that we can throw out onto the table that maybe could very well work. A lot of you point towards Tristan Jarry, former Pittsburgh Penguin. I actually really like him. Actually really underrated as a goaltender. I think he'll definitely be a top-tier goaltender in the very near future. The current starter of the Pittsburgh Penguins, maybe Matt Murray, 2-time Stanley Cup champion. Maybe he'll be a 3-time Stanley Cup champion at the end of the playoffs, which are actually bound to start anytime soon, actually, which is NHL playoffs. Nobody expected that to happen this year after all the crap that's happened. I really like Thatcher Demko. I do. I kind of was coming into this episode like, oh, Demko is my man. He looked to be Vancouver's starter, and 2 straight years they finished in the bottom 3 and gotten top picks, and I feel really, really bad for them, but he didn't help them out at all. They might be a crappy team, but I want to go for more of a settled guy. I know Tristan Jarry's a year older. I really like Philip Grubauer. I really like Darcy Kemper at an 85. Darcy Kemper's such an underrated goalie in the NHL. But Tristan Jarry, 6 years. I really don't want to give him 6 years. I'd be more comfortable giving him a 4-year salary. Because if you look at a Dustin Wolf, this contract's going to be more expendable. Right? So 4 years. If we give him 4 years, I will up it to $5.8 million for 4 years. Does that sound good? I want to make sure I get him. I'll give him $6 million for 4 years. For a starting goaltender, that's a pretty damn good contract. He could definitely help us out with his pedigree. He's played on the Pittsburgh Penguins. He knows what he's doing. We don't need a backup because Dusty Wolf is going to be our backup this year and potential starter in the very near future. Now for forwards, there isn't a whole lot we could bring on. Obviously, there's a few great defensemen here. There's Zach Werenski, but I'm not willing to give up 18 bajillion first-round picks. Like, if we look at that, how many first-round picks would it cost? Oh, we don't even have the necessary compensation, which means it's probably not 4 first-round picks. So, that's dope. Lindholm's not bad, but if you look at our top 4, Noah Hanifin, Colton Parenko, TJ Brody, Valimaki, Forbot, probably McInnes will get up there. I like, there's a few defensemen I do really like here. But if you look at our top 4, there's nothing you can really replace. I would go out for a Werenski if he wasn't an RFA, right? I think it only makes sense right now to just hold on to the pieces that we have. Forward-wise, there's a few guys that I'm looking at. Mika Zibanejad, I would love bringing over, but this isn't the year that he'd work on our team, right? We have Joe Thornton. He was damn good last year. I expect good things from him. So Zibanejad's kind of off the boards. We're kind of looking for a third-line winger to help us out. I do like Justin Williams. I like a bunch of guys down here. I like, there's one guy that I'm really, really rooting for, and his name is Phil the Thrill Kessel. He could be a great offensive player for us. On the third line, he could help out a Dubé or a JFK, but I'm also not sure at this point if Exelby is going to be ready for the third line. Do I just go with my gut and be like, okay, he'll be good for the third line this season? Or do we bring over a guy like this? Do we bring over a Tyler Toffoli or a Connor Brown as an 82 overall just in case, right? Or we can make a trade, you know? Personally, I'm kind of leaning towards just going with our gut and going with what we have, which is totally understandable. But we also need a fourth line right winger. I would totally love a Ryan Reeves. Why the hell not? I'll sign him to a contract. Why not? 2 years, I'll give him, 2-year, 2-way contract. Might as well bring him on. Doesn't hurt us at all to bring him. He could work just as a depth player, maybe. Okay, any depth defenseman that we could potentially bring on? I kind of want to bring back Dion Fagoof, wherever he is. I'm not bringing back Giordano. No need to bring that. Any depth defenseman? No, not Benning. I really want to bring back Dion Phaneuf, but I also don't want to pay him money, which is sad. Oh, Gudas is actually a really good defenseman. I'm going to bring him. Righty, he works. 1-year contract, works for me. A lot of micromanaging. You just got to do the smart thing. I think that's all I'm going to do. Coaching set. I think we might have to sign a few AHL guys. Hold on, coaches. Oh, assistant and a goalie coach. I can do that off camera. I'll deal with that off camera. No need for you guys to see that. I'll deal with it. No problem. But for right now, we want to make sure those that big piece, Tristan Jarry, comes over to the Calgary Flames as our starting goaltender. Derek Forbot. Why does everybody want Derek Forbot? Why does everybody want him? Joe Thornton for a first. Sorry, we're still in compete now mode. We just got to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost in Game 7, which hurts a lot. Radko Gudas coming on, clutch. Ryan Reeves as a depth player. That's sick to see. How about your boy Tristan Jarry? That would be huge for us to see him coming over as our starting goaltender. Is he coming on? Tristan Jarry has signed on for 4 seasons as our starter. A very, very good contract for an 86 overall goaltender in this league. Very affordable, very easy to move if need be. But our roster's looking pretty decent heading into the new year. We do have to re-sign Sean Monahan. What does he want right now? $10 million for 7 years. That's rough. I mean, I believe... What's Brock Besser's current contract? Maybe I can match them up. 5 years. Would Sean Monahan do 5 seasons? I really am not... I mean, I want him to be my captain. I do. 5 years matches it up with Brock Besser and Matthew Tkachuk. I'd be happy. That's a whole lot easier. 5 years. Let's bring out the phone. Make sure we get our captain under contract, or future captain. Sorry, no spoilers, but I'm saying there's very probable going into next season that he's our captain. Not trying to spoil anything, but I really like. He's a clutch. $9 million for a captain for 5 years. I know he doesn't want 5 years, so I'm willing to give him 9.4, same contract as Johnny Gaudreau. So let's see if he takes that. That's a very important contract. I'm not really worried about Joe Thornton because he's probably gonna retire. Oh, poor guy. I love Jumbo Joe. Anybody else expiring next season? JFK, not really worried about that. But if JFK's a really low overall, we could use... Oh, didn't mean to do that. We could use a third line right winger. We could use something else on our third line. Looks like a lot of things are already gone. Let's go to right wingers. Is Phil Kessel still there? Phil Kessel, that's a very affordable contract. Do we maybe... this sucks. This is a terrible position to be put in. So I'm not sure. I mean, he might work. Maybe. 40 years old. Mr. Game 7. $4 million. $15 million to work with. That's a pretty solid contract. We got a Kiefer Sherwood, which might work on this roster. I do like Phil the Thrill. Like, if we're going out, we could use another guy on a third line, because JFK might even work on the fourth line. This sucks. This is a terrible position to be put in, because I don't want to, like, get a guy and be like, oh, he doesn't fit here. But I also don't want to go out mid-season and try to trade for something to fix this team. What we could get for free right now. You know what? I'm going to sign Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel for 1 year at $3.2 million. That's a fair contract. If he comes on, he comes on. I'm also very intrigued to see if Sean Monahan signs that deal. It'd be dope if both of them signed on the same day. Come on, boys. Come on. Phil the Thrill has signed in Calgary. Welcome to Alberta. Sean Monahan, the captain, is he going to sign? We could have Colton Parenko for 2 firsts. I don't need to trade him, though. And Sean Monahan has signed that 5-year deal. Welcome back to Calgary. So I'm going to sim up to the regular season, get my lines together, and I guess we'll get through 2-3 months if everything goes according to plan. After a little bit of tinkering, I believe I've gotten this lineup to look as good as it possibly can this regular season. So let's take a look at the 2022-2023 opening night rosters. The top 6 is phenomenal, and that's why I wanted Joe Thornton to stay around. I mean, Dylan Dubé will be ready. He will be ready. It looks like he's going to be ready very, very soon to take over for that second line, which is going to help us out very, very well, because Joe Thornton's gone. He's 43. He won't die. For the love of God, he's still kicking somehow. Dylan Dubé's young. We have him signed for 2 more years at 1.2. That contract, we'll deal with it at a later point. No need to worry right now. This top 6 is looking phenomenal. Looking better than last year without Taylor Hall. You take away Taylor Hall from this lineup, and we're looking damn good. We're still looking great, which is a huge plus. Sean Monahan just extended him to a 5-year deal. Johnny Gaudreau has a 6-year deal. He actually replaced the Taylor Hall contract exactly. Sean Monahan will be making the exact same amount of money as well. Brock Besser, we have him 5 more years at 9.6. Matthew Tkachuk is also at 9.5 for the next 5 years. So 4 of our top 6 players are locked up for the foreseeable future, over half a decade. Joe Thornton, don't worry about that. We have a replacement for the very near future. Tristan O'Reilly is the next big contract. 2 years. That'll be a hefty contract to deal with. I'm not excited to he's going to make bank. This year, he's looking for some goals. 28 goals last season. He's up in the top 6 this year officially. Last postseason, he had 17 points. He's looking for some redemption after a Game 7 loss in the Cup Finals. Our bottom 6, looking pretty decent. Dylan Dubé, Shannon Exelby, Phil Kessel, Phil the Thrill. Why the hell not? Getting him some power play time. Mark Jankowski, for how many more years do we have him as our 4th line center? 6 years at 1.6. Absolute beauty. Ivan Kasparaitis and Ryan Reeves. Now, you might be wondering, well, why isn't Jacob Forsbacka-Karlsson in the bottom 6 as well? If I put him on the 4th line, they get a -1. I would move Shannon Exelby down, but he's 20, and I'm putting faith in him that he can score some goals, but I have JFK just in case we need a postseason boost or something, or trade value. I don't want to send him down to the AHL just yet because we might get a few injuries, okay? Defensively, it's looking great. We finally got Jacob McInnes. He had a really rough time in Calgary last year. A lot of injuries, no points. He has no NHL points yet. I'm hoping he comes up and he's good. I want him to be good. I want him to be damn good, okay? Our top 6, all of our defensemen are looking great. +5, +1, and a +1. We're in a very good position in on this team. We should have won a cup last year. This year, we're looking to dominate the entire NHL with our lineup. We're looking fantastic. If this team doesn't compete, there's something seriously wrong with simulation, because this team is the team. We're very well put together. Coaching is fine. Everything's fine. This team is ready to go compete. We're good. We are ready to compete. Goaltending, Tristan Jarry, 27 years of age, 4 more years at $6 million. Hopefully he's a solid goaltender for us. Hopefully not an 890 goaltender. I'm hoping for a 910, and that would make us like a 60-win team. And then we got our backup in Dustin Wolf. Dusty Wolf, 3 years, ELC contract, hoping he comes up and puts up some good numbers for us. He was great in the WHL. Hopefully he's good for us here in Calgary. So let's go ahead and check the AHL. There's a few players to watch out for. Ludwig Pearson, who we just selected last draft, I believe, 7th overall. We also have Vyacheslav Kondratev, who's only 20. Still super young. What is this, year number 4? He'll be 21 this season. He'll be NHL ready next year. Obviously, the AHL had a rough season last year. He's still growing. I'm not really worried in the slightest. Other prospects like Jacob Pelletier, at this point, he's kind of moving into the direction where he's not going to be an NHL player for us. Because look at our NHL lineup right now. He's going to have a rough time making it into the top 6 or top 9 even. Any other prospects down here? Not looking like it. Defensively, don't have any we have Maxim Jaskin, 3-year entry-level contract, 67 overall. He might be decent for us. Maybe trade value? I'm not sure at this point. He could be pretty solid. Goaltending, Garrett Sparks, and a prospect goaltender in Marcus Holmstrom. So I'm not gonna show you the special teams. No need to show you the special teams in the AHL. I just want to get this season underway. But before we do that, we have an announcement to make. Your new captain of the Calgary Flames will be Sean Monahan. Yes, I did spoil it earlier in the episode, but hey, maybe I could have been playing games. Sean Monahan deserves it. He leads this team from year number 1 in the simulation to year number 4. He's been the man. He will continue to be the man, at least till the end of that contract. He's the guy. I was debating giving it to Joe Thornton for the 1 year, but Sean Monahan is the guy. Assistant captains, Johnny Gaudreau, Noah Hannafin for our defense. It's up in the air. You could give an alternate to Jumbo. I'll keep it on Johnny Gaudreau, but it's not that big of an issue right now. I'm not really worried about it. Okay, I will also show you the draft class before anything else happens. Obviously, this year is a good year to be bad. Connor Bedard is the number 1 rated prospect for this draft. You got I'm having a rough time. Matvey Michkov. Michkov is a damn good prospect, IRL. A centerman in Gustavs Ulanov. Wesley Emelin. Sundin. Fantilli is a real person. Jaeger is a real person. It's a good top 10. If you're bad this year, you're in luck for some top tier talent. So I'm not really looking for any top tier prospects this year. I want to be good and I want to win a damn Stanley Cup. So let's go ahead, simulate the first month of play. I will not be slow simming any games in month number 1 because that's garbage. And ooh, Columbus acquires Matt Dumba. Minnesota gets a first and a second round pick. They could have gotten a lot more for Matt Dumba. Because a first round pick, Columbus, I don't know how good Columbus is, but a first round pick is kind of magic beans. I would have at least demanded a prospect and a first. Matt Dumba's a top tier defenseman, underrated. What was I saying? Oh, you never slow sim games in the regular season. It never works out. McNabb. Okay, McNabb. What kind of defenseman are you? We could use some depth defenseman. Yeah, 81 overall, 31 years of age. Well, no, we don't really need that right now. If I'm gonna go out and make moves during the season, we're making this team better overall. I don't really want to go out there and get depth pieces like last year, like a Dustin Brown. I'd rather go out and make this team better as it is, like somebody to replace on the roster, like a new right winger or something like that, or a top tier defenseman that's on the block. I'm not too sure. Sean Monahan, please don't get hurt. He's fine to go though. Was only hurt for a day or two. But let's get October underway. Defeated in the Stanley Cup Finals. Let's see if we can rebound well. LA 4-3 overtime loss. Not great. Can we rebound here? Oh, and a regulation loss. And 2 regulation losses in a row. Calgary, I swear to God, do not do this to me, simulation, please. We're a damn good squad. Look at this team and tell me that it's not good. You can't tell me that it's not good. We're a good team. Okay, and we're 500. Just like, cool. Cool, Calgary. Cool. There's literally no problems with this squad. There's nothing. And come on, Calgary, please don't do this to me. Screw off, Matthew Tkachuk. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Screw off. Perform better. I don't care. I don't care. New Jersey. Holy Jesus Christ. Oh my God, this is how this is gonna go. Really. This is how this is gonna go. Under 500 after the first month. This team is capable of so much more. Stop. Stop. Please. 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 Calgary, for the love of God. Holy gee. What is our problem? Tell me what the hell our problem is, because I don't understand what I should change. What the hell? What? No! No! This is not what kind of team we are. We should be capable of so much more. It's goaltending, isn't it? Oh yeah, he's an 888. Lovely. I love when our goaltender is our biggest problem. Don't you love that as well? Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Sign him to $6 million. Oh, I'm gonna be an 888. I'm gonna be an 888 goaltender. Love that. So I love that, as you can tell. I'm gonna go and turn off auto-rotate goaltenders. Because I can. It might be already off, actually. Auto-rotate goalies is actually off. Oh, that's why Dustin Wolf hasn't been in the lineup. So I'm actually going to put Dustin Wolf as our starter for a little bit. Maybe he helps us out a bit, because Tristan Jarry's been bad. Of course he has, because EA simulation, right? Like, what? Does it even matter anymore what the simulation even means? Dustin Wolf, sure, EA. What should I even change about this team? There's nothing wrong with this team. Nothing. There's not. Nada. Zero. Zilch. Let's go one more month. Let's see what's up. I'm sorry I'm mad. This team is capable of so much more. So much more. Dustin Wolf, come on. 6-1 win. Minnesota. 6-2 loss. Lovely. Nashville, come on. Beat Nashville, please. Oh. We better not be fighting for a playoff spot. We better be in it. Come on. Florida. Oh, another overtime. Another. Oh, I'm going to freaking lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose this. I don't care, Radko. I don't care. This game's going to drive me nuts. Okay. Few victories there. Justin Braun. Ooh. Okay. How are you? 78 overall defenseman? We don't really need that. Okay. 9-7-4. We've been crap so far. Well, okay, that's 4 victories in a row. Toronto, and that's in the regular. We totally needed that, right? Lovely. Good. Okay. Dylan I don't care. Dylan, do you think I care? Really? Oh, sorry. When did I ever say I cared? Oh, too bad. Get over it. I don't like you. I mean, no offense, but I'm kind of heated right now. Beat Arizona. Beat Anaheim. Come on. We need it. Come on. String these wins together. Did I say string? String. And we lose our last game of the month. Lovely. 14-9-4. We've been crap. First place in the division, though. So our division's been crap. What? I don't even know. Do I change coaching? Do I change it to more of an offensive-styled coach? Currently, it's a generalist, which means it's overall, like defense and offense, sort of. Brock Besser's been great. Johnny Gaudreau's been great. Tristan O'Reilly as a sophomore has been phenomenal, no doubt about it. Phil Kessel as a third liner, great acquisition. Sean Monahan's been great. Matthew Tkachuk's been great. Exelby's been pretty good as a rookie. Dylan Dubé's not bad. Joe Thornton. Maybe I move Joe Thornton to that third line. I think that might be the best thing to do right now is move him to the third line. Jankowski, not bad. Ryan Reeves, could be worse. Kasparaitis isn't too bad. Okay. Defensively, Noah Hannafin's been great. Colton Parenko's been great. TJ Brody's been great. Valimaki's been solid. Forbot's been pretty good. McInnes has been really good. I don't get it. Dustin Wolf has a 931. There's no problem. He's been a rock-solid goaltender. I don't get it. Don't get it. Okay, let's go. Let's go another month. Let's see what's up. Because Dustin Wolf has been... there's no problem. There's legitimately no problem with our play. But we're still not winning as many games as we should. Come on, let's go on a little bit of a run here. Okay, Fadoon got hurt in the AHL. Don't care. 6-3 win. Okay, let's string some... if we can string 5 together, we should be in a good spot. Draft class. What's up? What's poppin'? How have our scouts been doing? Obviously, Bedard is a franchise player. He's touted to be a franchise player anyways. We got this Carcillo. Maybe he'll be solid. Just do your job, scouts. And we've lost 10 regulation games. There's no evidence to support that we should be doing this bad. Can we just win some games? That'd be dope. Okay. Colorado, we're gonna lose, right? Yeah, obviously it's Colorado. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Just keep going. Keep going, Calgary. Keep losing. That's fine. Yeah, just keep losing. It's fine. Just keep losing games. Don't go on a run. Don't do any of that. There's no need. Lose to Buffalo. It's fine. It's whatever. Just lose to Buffalo. I believe you're... Yeah, do your job then. There's nothing wrong with this team. I don't understand it. I don't care. Sure, I'll upgrade it. I don't care. I'll lie to you. I don't care, Cameron Eichel. I don't. This game is going to give me an aneurysm. You're freaking out, Owen. There's no problem. There's no problem, Owen. Shut up. Shut your mouth. There is no problem with this roster. We're almost 500. And we're somehow still second in our division. I don't get it. There's something seriously wrong with this team. We can't just be fighting like this to the playoffs. So, okay, if our power play and everything like that is okay, then I seriously don't understand. Goals for is second best in our division. Okay. Goals against is middle of the pack. Power play is 23%. That's pretty damn good. Penalty kill is 80%. That's over average. I don't understand this game. I don't get it. I don't understand. I might even cut the video here to just think a little bit. Maybe let you guys be like, hey, this is what you should do. Like, I'm honestly not too sure at this point what I should do with this team. I'm not sure. So, Dustin Wolf has a 901. Our goaltending is the crappiest goaltending. Let me just show you the stats, and then I'm gonna let you guys talk it over, because I'm really not sure what to do with this team. We are halfway through the season. I think the next episode is going to be a dogfight to the end of the year. This might be a relatively short episode, but I think I just need to think. 39 points for Johnny Gaudreau. Point-wise, everybody's putting up points. Tristan O'Reilly's put up 24 goals. We're still somehow second in our division. We're putting up points. Everybody seems to be putting up points. You get a few minus players here and there, but that's bound to happen when you're losing every other game. But our top two defensemen are minus players. I don't understand. Power play's good. Penalty kill's good. I'm not too sure. Even with all our pluses, we're still crappy. I don't know. Dustin Wolf got very worse very quickly. Maybe you should have just slowed down. Or maybe it doesn't matter. It does matter. Best goaltender in the league right now, Frederik Andersen. Easy. Oh, look, Matt Murray's doing well. Oh, surprising, right? Funny. Carter Hart. Of course he's doing good for Columbus, right? Because if he was on our team, he'd be a 900 goaltender. Because we never have anything nice, right? Rookie skaters. Matthew Phillips. Oh, our Matthew Phillips? Oh my god, congratulations. Exelby's up there, though. He's having a pretty good season. Why is Alexei Pietrangelo... Is this his first season? No, he was drafted... No, he was drafted... What? They left him out of the league for... Why did they leave him out of the league for so long? Why... Is that why you suck, Vancouver? You deserve all the worst things. You know that? Okay. Defenseman. Who's the best defenseman right now? Alexander Romanov. Absolute beauty for the Montreal Canadiens. I hope he's that good at IRL. Tyson Barrie. Heiskanen. Shabbat. I love Shabbat. Hot Sam Bacho. Top tier defenseman in the league. Quinn Hughes. Not as good as what he was in Minnesota in my last franchise mode, so it do be like that sometimes. Who's leading for the Art Ross right now? Connor McDavid is tied with Nathan MacKinnon. Obviously, because Nathan MacKinnon in Colorado, they're going to be a dynasty at some point. Look, Newhook. Yeah, it's not fair. Toronto's doing pretty well, though. Most goals in the league right now? Alex Newhook, and he's injured? Damn. Connor McDavid. Beauty. Evgeny Malkin still kicking. Taylor. Oh, of course Taylor Hall's doing well, because he went to... yeah, no, of course, right? Right? Let me look at the entire league. Because in our division, we're doing really well. Is our division just crap? Like, goals for. Like, we're up there. We're in the top 10. Right? Goals against. Goals against. We're middle of the pack. Goals against, not bad. Could be worse. Power play is top 10 again. Top 6. Penalty kill, I would say, is probably middle of the pack again. That should be good enough to get you to the postseason, right? I mean, it's middle of the pack. I don't get it. Do we change coaches? Let me check that real quick. Is there actual coaches out there that we potentially go out and get? Because I'm not sure what the hell the problem is. We should be winning consistently 4 games here, 4 games there. I'm just not sure what the hell's going on. Because, hire coaches. Hold on. Let me go to coaching staff real quick, actually, and see what's up. Let me see what their coaching chemistry is. 78%, so it went down. I think we should maybe move coaches. Change coaches. I think that might be a thing we should do. Okay, let me go to hire staff. I'm not going to do it this episode. I'm going to kind of leave that question up to you. Because we might just have to revamp the entire coaching staff. Or is the way we're going good enough to get us to the postseason? Because I don't think it is. We got generalists out here. So what's the point? Right? I would go for an offensive coach, but it looks like the next good one is an associate coach. And he doesn't even look that bad. Not sure. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let you guys pipe up? I'm not too sure. Something's definitely wrong with this team. I'm not sure what it is. So I love this game so much. I record every single day, and what does it give me? Pain. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you actually enjoyed this, I'm surprised. Share with people who you think may enjoy this sort of thing. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.